Hello everyone, it's a new episode of JSP Coffee Podcast, and today we will be having a bit unusual conversation as we will have two guests joining us. They are co-founders of INTEX Agency, Oleg Rushanik and Eugene Shapovalov. It's a design and marketing-driven digital agency that helps small, ambitious, and middle-sized businesses to extend their brand online, while also assisting growing startups in extending their online presence. Their main business goals lies in building website tailored for various business goals, as well as crafting small and middle-sized e-commerce solutions. Plus, they are creating user-oriented interfaces for various web applications and also SaaS products. Hello, guys. Happy to see you on my podcast. How was your day?
Hi, I would say pretty good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, the same. I'm very proud to be participant of this podcast.
I think we will go into talk today more about the small and medium businesses as well as startups, as this is the niche that you're mostly doing business. So my first question for you will be, why do you still think businesses should have websites and to think more about their online presence?
Yeah, so very good question, actually. We repeatedly say to all our potential customers, clients, that if you are not online, I know that everybody knows this phrase, it's pretty popular right now, right? But if you are not online, you doesn't exist in the market now. Because be online means to be everywhere. So it increases slightly your presence and your chances, crucially, for your business to get a contact, to interact with your potential client and customer.
During your work, I think that you've met a lot of different people, different customers from different businesses, and what you see the most common mistake or misconception during cooperation with those companies. Sometimes business owners can imagine some um, beautiful visions and they want to have them on website, but they're really difficult to implement, or what are the main misconceptions between customer and your business?
Of course, be online, it's important. Yes, everybody agree about that. But you also need to understand that the website is like your brand showcase, right? So everybody want to know more about your brand, and if you're online, you have much more possible gateways for your users to just come in, get acquainted to the brand, and understand your brand values, your offers, your products, etc. Of course, one of also important factors about the website is to be mobile accessible nowadays, because as we already know that, I would say, as a marketer, right, that in general, the users who use the smartphone for surfing across the website, across the internet, it's from 70%, depending, of course, of the niche of the segment of the business, but everything happening right now in your smartphone. So to be online, you also need to be in your smartphone. So website gives you this ability, right? Of course, important to say about searchability, because searchability is super important, especially when we are talking about the most popular search engines like Google, Yahoo, whatever, or other local stuff, right? Also, by the website, you can analyze the data about your customer. It's super important, because if you did not get in contact with your customer through your website at the first time, you can always analyze why it was not happening and just make some changes, make some tweaks, and make it again. With a lot of different tools and instruments. Of course, it's also the selling funnel for your business, so you can sell through your website, engagement tool, You can use a lot of modern, let's say, chatbots, contact forms, like get comments from users through the website. And I would say one of the most important points here is that the website is your marketing tool, like one of the most important marketing tools nowadays, right? So answering to your question about the like mistakes, because it's very important to understand the mistakes, understanding why they need the website. So in general, we don't understand why, but by our practice, by our experience, more than half businesses, especially offline ones, usually think that if they will get the website done, it will be some kind of, let's say, magic pill for their business. But we continuously and constantly explain them that the website is more like a tool which you need to know how to use it correctly. And for example, if we are talking even about the online business, right? So for example, let's say last week case. So we have one e-commerce shop that we did for our client. I think it's for baby products, right, for kids. And they just included to their marketing campaign TikTok influence marketing. Several popular, let's say, bloggers in the niche just promoted their products. They showed some unpacking, some feedbacks in real time. So these guys last week, by only 2 days, made the profit by more than 1 month, only for 2 days, just because they used influence marketing and connected it correctly to the website. And website in this case was like more like a tool. So I would say that's very important mistake or maybe misunderstanding from the small business that we see in our segment of our actions. So
it means
yeah,
from your side that the website is not the magic pill, but in this case, it was the magic pill, but just, it just should be in the right hands.
yeah. I just trying to explain that the website is more like a gateway to your actual selling point, but not a goal to have a website,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
It,
But
it,
when you build everything properly and correctly, like I just have a thought that let's imagine what was on the market like 40 years ago, and at that time, if you want to be, let's say, at the top of the market, you should really spend a lot of the money to impress, engage users. Like, for example, you should have a pretty big shop with the nice storefront with good design. You should spend a lot to the, I don't know, to the marketing, to the television, even to the radio, and all of that. And now, like, for example, I can be like the boiler room shop without no staff. I can be the only one person, like one man band, and all I need is the good company, the right agency that will create a pretty good website for me that will be that storefront. But the difference is that at that point, at that time, the storefront cost really a lot. And now you can really do that for some not cheap but not so much money. You can have pretty good face in your internet, face of your brand for a small amount of money, and it can increase, let's say, your scale in much.
yeah, totally agree. So actually, drop shipping business, it's a very good example here, right? Because you can just be one man band and you can sell the like huge amount of products, just not having them actually on the warehouse. So yeah, smart usage of the website is key point here, and we like truly believe in that, and we are trying like to explain to everybody who just tells us, okay, make us the website, and we will like in like increase our sales, increase our presence online. It doesn't work like this, unfortunately.
And do you see some like common things that everyone who coming to you and asking for website development and website design, they're missing this part? Like, for
Oh,
example, some video content or something else.
customers usually think that the website is more about coding and designing, and that's it. But after you actually launch the website, uh, you start facing with security troubles, you start facing with maintenance troubles, you start facing with analytics and how work with analytics and how continuously increase and evolutionize with your website. Of
Yeah,
course,
and don't
content
forget
is
about the
important.
SEO, because
Exactly.
a lot of the people think that okay, I will do the website and then everybody will know about my business and about what I'm doing here. And the good website is just, it's just for you. Okay, like you will see that website and maybe your mom, and that's it. Like without the
Yeah,
SEO, that will be just your website and nothing more.
exactly. And for example, Oleg in our team, he's more like responsible for the technical part. So for example, he usually faces with the problem that he is getting a lot of requests. Okay, we have a website, we did it by ourselves. Uh, why it doesn't work? Why it crashes? Can you redo it or something? And then I think Oleg can tell a bit more here, but I would say, of course, you can do the website just buying, let's say, cheap WordPress template, launch it. It will be online, of course, but it's much better and efficient, I would say, to save some time, future investments into the website, and make it um, from the scratch with the right people and right companies. So I would
Yeah, I would
say,
say, I just want to mention that in that case, if some client will come to you and say, okay, I got a website, I built it by myself, like it doesn't work, but doesn't matter. No one really interested about that. And like I get that this is related to your previous, let's say, answer about the imagine how our customers imagine our work, and that's the main goal. That's the main problem, because they imagine it just like the creation of the website, and that's it, like the coding work, and they did the coding job, the coding part of work, and that's it. And somehow and for some reason it doesn't work. But why? Maybe because there is no any marketing funnel there. Maybe because the content is awful, nobody want to pay for that products, and a lot of the stuff that is behind the coding, let's say.
yeah, I would say it's
Wow.
more like a complex of work than just like a single time action to create the website. So that's the main answer. I know it's pretty complex, but the issue here is complex.
Do you see that people are starting using more and more social proofs, like reviews on their website, or are they still afraid of them and like they think that this thing nobody needs on their website?
They're not afraid. They just don't see value in them. For example, I can give you from life. So we recently launched the website for some online school, like based in US, and we like explained to the business owner that if you want really to have successfully like build website with like a sales funnel, you need to show real testimonials there with real people with real videos. Nobody believes nowadays in this dummy text testimonials with some photos from the internet or something like that. We actually recommend to have the basic one on the websites. For example, like except of just testimonials, we always recommend to make them video testimonials with real people. What we also do there, just emphasize their realness by providing some social media. For example, if some person, if in B2B business, provided the comment, it's good to have a LinkedIn link, right, to their LinkedIn account, just to make a proof that it's real person. It's not just like something random stuff from the internet. Also, if we are talking about, let's say, e-commerce business, customer reviews important, but again, we know that a lot of fake comments right now everywhere. So what better works by our experience? Again, a user-generated content. So when users just share not just like a text testimonial, they just share some feedback with video, they show in the product, they show in unpacking the product, they show in how they used it. Even if they mention some issues, it even makes this feedback more real for people. And the main goal of all these like trust elements on the website is to build credibility to the brand and to build trust to the brand. Of course,
I just have, if you don't mind, I just have one funny story about that. Thing that if someone will left you a feedback would be nice if he will be like 100% true. We got a feedback from our old client on Clutch, and he left us with the 4.8. Yeah, 4.8. So I just thought that he will left us with 5 stars, and I like immediately contact him and say, okay, like what was the reason? How can we increase our service? How can we be better? Just tell me what can we do more. And he told me, Oleg, everything was pretty good. Everything was amazing and like everything okay. But I don't believe in 5-0 feedbacks. That not looking realistic. So that's why I left you with the 4.8.
Yeah, but like in Clutch, you need to balance somehow to have at least
yeah,
approximate to 5 points.
I tried
his
to
fault.
explain it to him that there are some, scripts on that platform, and he told me, "Whoa, I didn't knew that."
Mhm.
Yeah, he spoiled our rating there a bit. But anyway, it's a good example for us, and it's a good like learning for us how people think, right? Of course, I would say pretty important to show some recognitions if your brand has it. For example, if you, I don't know, getting or you are participating in such platforms like a Clutch, like Trustpilot, it's good to show on the website. People trust these platforms. That's why they actually trust platforms. So, of course, if you have awards, it also works well, very well, like different diplomas, certifications.
Yeah, probably I'm counting from my personal view and my buyer experience. Usually, if I see some kind of good stuff through advertising or some others like platforms showing it, I'm going to the reviews, I'm checking the reviews, and if the reviews are all good, like that's something like showing me that something might be wrong with this product. Like maybe they purchase all these reviews because at least one person will say that this product is not that good, or I expected something better, or the quality was it's not that good as I expected. So that's why I think that trust signs and also reviews should be mentioned on all websites. Maybe if you're like B2B company, you need to have mentioned on your website as well case studies, some success stories with numbers and showing that this product not only uh, was purchased by this company, but also helped to improve some part of their business. As you are the owners of the agency, and you were working with this for quite a long time, I guess you had a lot of different strange situation, funny situation, and kind of oops situation when um, you started working on the project and you expected that probably it will be success, or at least you thought that something might be wrong, but the customer insisted, and how probably those oops situation um, like were figured out, and what the lesson you learned from them.
Hmm.
Oh, we had a lot such situations.
Do you have
I
something
just
in mind
yeah, I just I think you can tell it a bit better because
about what?
so remember our South European project, one of the first big projects that we had several years ago. I don't
Ah,
want to tell because
yeah,
we have
yeah, yeah.
NDA.
I understand. Yeah,
You
we.
understood?
Yeah, I would say that that was the funny story. That was obviously that was one of our a bit bigger projects. That was a long time ago. Uh, we've got a customer from Portuguese, and he asked us to build him a platform uh, on the market that was already like the red ocean. Like there are a lot of competitors there. There are a lot of big fish there, big companies with the really large budget and so on. So they come to us and say, "Okay, guys, I have an idea in mind. I want to be at that niche. Please build me the platform that will have exactly the same functionality as all of the big platforms on that niche has, and that's it. That's my idea. Was what I will come to market." Um, we asked him, maybe it makes sense to do some research, to do some discovery phase. Maybe we should find some good ideas, because just to be exactly the same as everyone on the market, in case if they have like much bigger budget, it will not give you any advantages, and it will not bring any part of that market into your platform. So like he told us, okay, that's not our goal. We just need to have exactly the same platform, and everything will be fine. Everything will be perfect. We didn't listen to him. We do the discovery phase for sure. We didn't charge for that discovery. We checked all of the platforms at that market, and also we checked in other countries. We create, let's say, some list of the features, and we found one interesting thing that on that market there are some small new features that probably will be really hyping at even at another month or so, but the big platforms still didn't use them. So we bring that idea to our client. He told us, as usual, that that's not our goal. We don't need to be so, let's say, to dive deeply in that dangerous situation, because why should we check that new things if we already have the working model with the big brands? So we didn't implement those features. We create the same model platform as he asked us for. Uh, we run it. We launch it at the market. Uh, Fortunately, he have some, let's say, traffic there. He like I will step out. He already have some income. Situation is good. Everything okay. But the funny fact here was that when we run our platform, maybe 2 or 3 months after that, one big platform that was the biggest platform in the market that we tried to be similar with, uh, roll out the update with all of the features from our list that was rejected by our client. So that's
Yeah.
like the funny story, and I would say that the main lesson that we learned from that story is that now we are a bit bigger, we grow a bit, and we are not working with the clients who didn't think that we are skilled enough to bring solutions, and who just searching for the hands not for the solution.
Yeah, I just remember that day when we just opened the browsers and we saw that everything that we offered to the client just was over there. So first we have actually like two feelings about that. One, okay, we are great guys, we know something, because everybody knows that big platforms, they have a lot of budget for investigation, for discovery of the market and other stuff. And at the same time, we understood that we failed. We failed because we were not forcing enough our client to listen us. Everything is fortunate. Uh, this platform works. Everything is like developing. So yeah, he just gained more users. Maybe not so fast as he could, but at least it's very, let's say, learnable for us.
Nice story. Yeah, some like ideas might be the golden mire for product, and if the person will not see it from the first glance, it sometimes might fail their business. As we know, the first website was developed in 1991, and probably a lot of time passed since this time. And right now, we have more than 1.5 billion websites in a web. And my question will be like, what you see the most typical and upcoming trends on this market? What we need to expect and pay more attention, but like from your business perspective, from your experience.
Yeah, that's actually the most popular topic right now in our conversations, I mean, internal ones. So, if you don't mind, Oleg, I will jump here. So, first of all,
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
what we see now, in general, it's not related directly to the website, but it's more related directly to the marketing, and as a result affects the website, how they should be built nowadays. I can just go from far a bit. So we know that previously, let's say 10 years ago or 15 years ago, all the brands, they had just this kind of communication with their potential customer in one direction. All the information was just like generated from the brand to the customer. But look what happening now. So now we have, because of the social media, of course, because they are like changed the world. So what we see that users, or like people, customers, they just want to have feedback from the brand, and brand want to have feedback from these users. Imagine, let's say Dyson, right? Everybody knows that Dyson has super cool hair dryer. So previously, like 15 years ago, we just, I don't know, could see it on the billboard somewhere in the city, and it was our decision, should we buy it or not. But now, what's happening now? That it's not enough just to show the product and to say how cool it is. People want real stories behind. They want to see how their favorite blogger or favorite celebrity in real time in TikTok, without any this let's say tricky advertisement like environment, just dries their hair and says, okay, this is super cool, you should try this. This what we are noticing right now. And we understand, like we just trying to, let's say, to transform our business to these needs, but we understand that is the future. So website should not be just like a face of the brand, but it should also show more real life behind the brand and communicate between customer and brand by social media or by different other channels. So personalization is super important, I would say, nowadays. As I also said, everything that is related to the mobile is important. So I always say that everybody afraid of chipping themselves in the future. Okay, we will be robots, etc. But we are actually chipped already. So the phone, the mobile phone, is actually our extension, right? So we have the same chip, but it's external. It's not inside our body, because we wake up with our phone, we get asleep with our phone in the hands. So just imagine how this period of using the internet increased when we switched from the desktops to the phones. So I would say that's the number 2 trend. And of course, His Majesty AI. How should we not say about it today? Oh, first feelings about the AI, we were afraid of it, to be honest. Like, okay, it replaces us. What should we do? But then when we start just using it, like for different purposes, again, I'll like maybe tell a bit more about that, but I will finish my thought. So when we start using this, like, type of something new in the industry, we understood that AI is super cool stuff for optimization of different processes. So Oleg, you can, for example, tell a bit more, because you're involved in that project more than I, about our latest project, where we're using AI for so cool purposes.
I just want to mention also one small funny story about the mobile phones and about the mobile first design. Last year, we did the e-commerce for one of our customers, and then we tried to gather all of the information we can to understand how users act with that website. And we realized that 89% of users use, like, go to our website through the mobile phones. So we was impressed. Like 89% is pretty big amount of users, pretty much, let's say. And the second thing that was funny, that we realized later, that those 2% that used desktop was our customer, his stuff, and our stuff. So it means that like 100% of real users go to that e-commerce shop just only through the mobile phone. So this is, I would say that this is not a trend. This is like the thing that already happened. We need just to understand it. Like, the desktop view is the secondary thing in web, for sure. Yeah, and about the AI, yeah, I understand what you want to say about what project you want me to tell everyone. I was impressed because, like, we have a customer now from the US, and as I already mentioned, this project is under the NDA, so I would call it the surveys. That's the platform where users, let's say the authors, can jump in and create their own surveys to gather a lot of the real feedbacks, a lot of the information from users, and then to do some research and have some outcome in numbers. That's pretty specific niche, and in that niche, to create the survey, you need to spend, like, in general, from 2 to 3 weeks, because there are a lot of the small requirements how you should do that, and you spend a lot of time just for paperwork, like boring kind of stuff. So we decide to implement the AI inside of that process. It was not like the regular, let's say, API connection to the chat GPT. We for sure, we connect the AI, we connect it with our database, and we create something like the AI support window on the website. So each of the authors can open that support window, and you will have there, you will be able to chat with the AI there, but that will be not like the, let's say, some plastic chatting, when you say, okay, my name is Siri, what can I do for you? it's a bit more funny, you know. It will say, okay, how are you doing? Like what do you want to do, you know? And also it will help you to make your idea better. It will give you some ideas during that conversation. It will gather all of the information from the internet about your idea during the conversation, and after that, in 1 hour, you will have everything stored in our database. So, like that things that previously took 2 or 3 weeks now took 1 hour. And then after that, you just need to log into your user page, and you will see that ready-made, uh, finalized questionnaire. Let's call it that way. So you just need to publish it, and that's it. Like 1 hour, but not
Oh,
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
yeah,
So
sounds
that's
interesting and much easier than like having a lot of work with just regular database and like ML. So it's much uh, convenient way to work with AI technologies, I think so. And do you use AI technologies in your everyday work in agency?
Do you remember that story with the university from Canada?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we for sure we use it. So, for example, we create like, of course, we use ChatGPT for some ideation of different stuff. For example, for blog articles, maybe sometimes for some copywriting. Yeah, of course, we are using it for the, let's say, content creation, like imagery or editing at some points. But the interesting story that Oleg just mentioned, that we are using, like we created the AI bot for our internal needs, who like immediately answers to the responses from different funnel channels, for example, from the website, from different platforms, from where we get leads. And sometimes it's not perfect for now. That's why we are still like testing it. But for example, like several weeks ago, we've got a request from one big Canadian university that they were interested in the website development, like for their kind of side project or something. And they described everything in their message to us that, okay, we like we love our like campus, we love our students, blah, blah, blah. So our AI bot understand them not very correctly, and he started immediately to answer as he was the student. And he told, okay, thank you for your request. Yes, I was studying in Canada in these years. So he just like came up with some kind of full story, which was unreal, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we lost that lead because of that. But anyway, like we are still learning how to use that properly, for sure. But we definitely see the future there, how we can optimize the processes in our everyday work.
Yes, I think that that lead that you lost, it's just not your lead. That's it. It was really, really nice to talk with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it as well as I do. And also, I think that our audience will love it and will learn some interesting information and useful cases.
So we have actually a lot of stuff to tell more. So we will wait for next invitations. Was very happy to be here today.
Yeah, for sure we join it. Thanks a lot. That was pretty excited.
Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to see our upcoming podcasts. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you.